Census officials says the plans are no different from arrangements with many other federal databases. Experts agree, but say they may depress response to the head count anyway. The Census Bureau will tap Department of Homeland Security files on millions of immigrants, including non-citizens, as part of its data collection for the 2020 census, Bureau officials said Thursday. The move comes as the Trump administration faces court challenges to its efforts to add a citizenship question to the next head count. The Homeland Security files would include information on immigrants' citizenship status, addresses and birth dates, and social security numbers. Experts and analysts outside the agency said the request for data on non-citizens, first reported by the Associated Press, had a number of plausible explanations, and did not necessarily mean the administration was trying to sidestep recent judicial rulings barring the citizenship question. In fact, the rulings have criticized the Commerce Department, which oversees the Census Bureau, for disregarding a federal law requiring officials to determine whether it can obtain information on non-citizens from federal files, before it burdens citizens with an additional question on census forms. During internal deliberations over adding a citizenship question to the 2020 head count, Census Bureau analysts told Commerce Secretary Wilbur L. Ross Jr. that the question was unnecessary because existing federal files, including those in Homeland Security, could provide the same information more accurately and cheaply. The Census Bureau said in a statement that it had not gathered data on non-citizens in recent censuses, but added that the new agreement with Homeland Security was neither unusual nor cause for concern. The agency said that it routinely supplemented its economic and population surveys with personal files from other federal agencies like the Social Security Administration and the Internal Revenue Service, and that is required to strip all identifiable personal information from data it gathers before sharing statistics with the public or the rest of the government. Failure to do so is a federal crime. The administration's attempt to add the citizenship question had another setback on Wednesday when a second federal judge barred the addition of the question, ruling that the administration ignored both federal law and the Constitution in its zeal to obtain information on non-citizens. A final decision on whether the census can include the citizenship question now rests with the Supreme Court, which has set arguments on the issue for April. Most analysts already believe that concerns about the proposed citizenship question will depress the response to the 2020 census among foreign-born residents. That, in turn, could skew the distribution of hundreds of billions of dollars in federal funds that are allotted based on population figures, as well as the reapportionment of congressional and state political districts in 2021. On Thursday, critics said the agreement with Homeland Security would heighten fears among non-citizens and even legal immigrants that the administration was trying to sidestep such rulings and build a database of foreigners that could be used for prosecutions and deportations. But they acknowledge that those fears are overblown. Federal law prohibits the Census Bureau from cooperating on such a venture, and the Bureau's own rigid tradition of nonpartisan service would likely incite a revolt were it ordered to. The Census Bureau is clearly in an uncomfortable situation, said Andrew Reamer, a George Washington University research professor who closely follows Census Bureau data collection. But in my experience, it would never initiate on its own a data request to get around a court order. At the same time, he and other experts said, the fears were predictable, given that the Commerce Department has yet to offer a credible explanation as to why it wants to collect census data on non-citizens. Federal courts in California and New York have both ruled that the official reason, that the Justice Department needs better data to enforce voting rights laws, is a pretext for some other undisclosed objective. It's understandable that it's alarming, said Terry Ann Lowenthal, a consultant on census issues who has advised groups that oppose the citizenship question. Given the anti-immigration policies of the administration, people who are fearful for their security and their status would see this as another possible effort to harm them.